welcome to the 9642 podcast. This is your host, Mr. Number 9.
And this is The Fool.
Your 96 best place to listen to...
For 10 years.
Yes, for our 10th season of our mostly up-to-date...
And unqualified. And unrequested.
ramblings of the various issues in the world of sport.
Or something like that.
Hello, everyone. Now, this is the podcast for our Fantasy Premier League Draft. We did do a big record, which was live, and we unfortunately have lost a lot of the recording due to technical difficulties, both due to Discord and humans.
Yeah, human.
But mostly humans trying to use Discord. So,
yeah.
well, we'll say that it's a 70-30. Humans 30, Discord 70.
Sure, let's go with that. That sounds like a good use. You could possibly take 10% off somewhere and throw an OBS for just the fun of it, since it was a little bit of that as well. But
that's probably some OBS. So I also had to drop out for a bit to help my cousin try and figure out how to use Discord on Apple. He, in the end, couldn't work it. So while he was there in our technical draft, he could only hear us talk and he couldn't really participate in the chat. But Adam's cousins, Casey Saka Potatoes and Ricky Dutastic, did join us. Some interesting insights. Hopefully, either way, it's still an interesting draft, but we're about halfway through the draft when it happens. So just keep that in mind when you're listening.
Yeah, exactly. So it's about halfway through when we pick up, but I think that's when the good banter sort of starts anyway, because it's sort of the point where the good players, the obvious good players are gone, and now we're starting to have to use our football nous to make good picks, and there's some good banter there.
There's a decent number of players in this league as well, so you can't just have everyone be a decent, unlike our NFL league where there's 32 NFL teams and there's 10 players. There's a decent amount of quality in every team. Whereas, even if the auto drafted teams got good grades, but in the Fantasy Premier League it's much harder.
Yeah, definitely. Especially say from about halfway through when the obvious good players have gone, and now you're starting to fill out the roster and trying to find the gems and like who's going to have a good season, who's your bolter, which teams are going to do well out of the lower mid-table ones. Yeah. So yes, it is probably the more interesting part of the draft. The first bit pretty much goes to script. First pick gets Haaland, that sort of stuff. But this is where people's knowledge and expertise at picking fantasy football really comes to its zenith.
Yeah. Well, without further ado, we'll just go into the recording.
What's up with some teams not having a game in week 2? Weird.
Luton Town's...
Oh, they don't have a venue, eh?
Yeah. Luton Town don't have a ground.
Yeah, they can't use their ground in week 2 or something like that.
Yeah, it's the one after. They have to delay a game.
It's so good. There you go. There's my Arsenal player. Good.
Who'd you pick?
Ramsdale.
Nice.
Clean sheets all over the place, mate.
Oh, you wait till they sign David Raya, bro, and Ramsdale doesn't even start.
And then he goes to Roma.
Ramsdale's not going anywhere. He's Arteta's boy.
Have you seen that we're interested in, we've agreed personal terms with Raya though?
Yeah, because we don't have Matt Turner's our next best goalkeeper. It's not great.
Yeah, I know.
Paying 30 million. That's a legit competition.
Ramsdale and Raya. Surely one of them just doesn't want to be the second keeper.
Nah, but you have two keepers that are pushing each other. Except that'll only last a season or two. Someone will give up eventually.
Yeah, someone will give up eventually.
Yeah.
But if you've got a team that's in the Champions League and in Premier League,
and also in the FA Cup and stuff like that as well.
There's a lot of games to show, but like it's not like the Europa League. You don't want your you can't really split, a Europa League keeper and a league keeper. You want your Champions League keeper to be your starter in your league games.
Everywhere, yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's gonna be Ramsdale, so I don't even know what we're talking about.
You keep manifesting that. It's gonna happen.
well, Raya's going somewhere. He's not going to be at Brentford. He's available for reasonably cheap. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs were to get him. We're in the bit of the draft where everybody's like,
Yeah.
raising floor
hmm.
now rather than thinking about raising ceiling.
Yeah. Sinking ceiling. Yeah.
That could have been interesting.
Basically now it's like
the midfield's looking like slim pickings at the moment. Not gonna lie.
yeah, that's why I picked out my midfield already.
Yeah. I perhaps should have gone 4 before I started diversifying. But such is life.
Tell you what, actually, this guy pops up with some big scores here and there. Bruno G.
Bruno G.
Yeah. Get involved in Newcastle.
I think. Need to go back to defenders.
Perisic picked.
Yeah.
Who's Real gonna pick now?
Bundia.
Bundia.
Come on, Riyadh. You know you want to pick. Oh, you picked Buendia.
Tell you what,
Yeah.
I've got a player that I am keen to get, but I've got 12 picks to wait.
I cannot wait to pick Rice in 2 turns and ruin it for you.
Oh, Dickers, you reckon? Dickers is good for fantasy points, you reckon?
Hey man, he's going to be popping up from midfield. You think Odegaard, like, you just think how many attacking players we've got. He's definitely going to just be like picking up the crumbs, mate, tapping one in.
You reckon?
I feel like Rice is just your upgrade for the Thomas Partey position.
No, I think Rice and Partey should play together. 2 holding mids, and then Odegaard in front of them. Give Odegaard so much space and freedom to roam forward and just do what he does.
Yeah, I think Odegaard's season last year was one of those, like, once in a every 3 seasons. I don't think he does
He
it.
is class, though. He is.
Yeah,
such a
he
good
is,
player.
but I don't think he does that again.
I reckon he does.
Fair enough.
He's a talented baller. Can't believe you picked Rice. You just need your token Arsenal player, right?
I've got 2 of them. He's not my token. Ramsdale was my token.
Oh, at least I can confidently say that's not who I was looking at. So,
Oh, okay.
It's alright, I've got 3 more
Alright,
turns.
the Dr. Evil picked Martinez. Alright, let's get Zinchenko.
Fuck!
Oh dear.
It was worth it.
To be fair, I was.
It was going to happen. It was going to happen. It was 12.
That was probably going to be my next pick, by the way. Just FYI.
Yeah,
I was.
That's what I mean. I think everyone was eyeing him up a little bit.
Yeah. I was wondering if I should go from the previous pick, and I wasn't sure, so I didn't. Perhaps I should have.
Let's pick Kyle Walker.
Nice.
You gotta have all fullbacks, I reckon, and your defenders.
Fullbacks
So-
are class on fantasy, eh?
Yeah. They're just points. I do
Yeah,
like
but
Dr. Evil's plan here. He's just like picked everything but defenders.
because,
Dan,
like I,
Pedro Porro should pick up some good points.
Picture for are they?
because I watched most of Manchester United's preseason friendlies, and I kid you not, Onana literally stands on the center of the pitch when United have the ball. Like he's running up to the midfield to try and sweep the ball back, into play. So I'm just like, what are the odds he might get an assist or two?
Oh man, these are some ugly times.
Tell me about it, mate. Tell me about it.
There you go.
There's a few other really good players here, I think.
Go back to the watch list and see what we think.
Who's he going for?
He's nervous.
10,
He
9.
got good.
Oh, he's gone. Me. Oh no.
Who'd you pick, Ricky?
Ferguson, he's a
Ferguson,
Brighton striker.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good baller.
I see Rob's gone with the don't pick defenders strategy as well. Oh, he didn't pick his last forward before he started picking defenders. Disappointing. What do I need? Let's go one more defender.
If if the player I want happens to be there, this will be the most token of token picks.
I wonder if I go
I'm
for token
eyeing-
pick.
I'm eyeing up. Let's pick.
You know what? Screw you guys. I'm going token pick.
Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
Does he even play?
He does.
I don't think so.
Isn't he like 52?
He is 50. I said it. I said it was a token pick, and he does play occasionally.
I'm in two minds here. I don't know about his game time, but he's definitely been brought in for a reason, and he's a good player. So I'm gonna fucking go for him because I want to get in the Arsenal defense.
You own Timber.
Timber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably going to potentially
He'll-
even play a few games in the midfield.
He'll
Mhm.
I reckon
He's
he'll
a
play
good
quite
utility
few
player.
games. Yeah, he'll play quite a few games.
Who do you reckon he gets in the back line over?
Well, he can play left or right back, so he can.
Yeah,
like,
who's
can-
he pushing out?
Well,
No,
you know,
Tierney.
when-
Not pushing out Zinchenko. You're not pushing out Saliba or Gabriel.
He'll be the
And then you
person
got
who
Ben
gets-
White on the other side. You're not pushing Ben White out either.
Well,
He's
you
going
know
to
that.
deputize for Ben White and Ben White can cover center back a lot. So those two are
Yeah.
probably going to
Yeah,
do a bit of that. And because you guys are
he'll
going
get
to have
involved.
injury.
He'll get involved.
Yeah.
I think he
And
rides
things
the
like
bench
that.
for a while. to be
And
honest.
he can
He
start
comes on for
immediately.
like 20 minutes here and there. Yeah.
Immediately.
Be interesting if I'm not sure if he plays midfield, right? If he gets on for some midfield positions, that could be.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But then our midfield's all again. Who does he push out? Because our midfield's already stacked as well with Rice, Jorginho, Odegaard, Havertz. Like you've got, yeah, it's tough.
Jorginho doesn't play anymore. He'll be on.
Yeah,
Cousin
surely not.
reckons Odegaard will kill it again this season.
Turning us into a city, and I like it. He's just trying to get a fucking 2-11s put together.
Be fair, it's
Actually,
the only way you can be competitive.
Yeah, exactly.
When City's C team could beat a half Premier League, you kind of need to have at least a decent number 2 in every position, right?
I do like that everybody seems to have pushed Lukaku down their list, by
No
the
one's
way.
Yeah,
going for it, mate. No
no
one thinks
one
he's
wants
gonna
him.
do
Mate.
anything.
He's not going to do anything, and he'll
He's
probably,
not.
if he does,
Lukaku
he'll
is
probably get sent out on loan again halfway through the season.
Lukaku. If Chelsea are real, the only way Lukaku gets games in the Premier League next season if Chelsea are really desperate and then they play him and then he starts banging in goals and they can't drop him. You
Yeah.
know. So he's
think I
possibly
need a
worth the
keeper.
gamble. He's no worse than picking like Sheffield United's starting striker, realistically.
Yeah. I needed a keeper. Get me involved. Hugo Lloris.
He's not staying at Spurs either, mate. He'll go.
Yeah, they'll get Raya.
Imagine that Raya agrees personal terms with Arsenal and then says, "Fuck that, I'm going to Spurs."
Wonder where Gallagher goes.
I mean, apparently
Hmm.
he
I
did
reckon he
get
stays.
trained by the goalkeeper coach at Arsenal, so
You think he stays at
maybe
Chelsea?
right.
Yeah, I reckon he stays. I reckon Poch likes him, eh?
Who?
Oh,
Been playing a
Gallagher.
lot in pre-season and doing well.
You do make a point. It just seemed to. Hmm.
Stays.
He stays? I think he stays, he plays. I think he goes, he plays. So I'm going to pick him.
Conor
I think
Gallagher.
Yeah, I think he's going somewhere in the Premier League, so.
I like that knowledge, eh? I reckon if he stays, he plays, and if he goes, he plays. I'm going to pick him.
Yeah.
What
Can't
if he
argue with
goes-
that.
What if he goes to Spain?
I
He
don't.
won't go abroad.
No,
He's
he'll
not
stay.
going abroad this season.
Yeah. I actually think he's more likely to be sold, but if he gets sold, he will go somewhere in the Premier League, which means he'll
Yeah,
he'll
not their
play.
pick.
And he'll
not-
go to a decent team as well. It's not
Yeah.
like he's going to go down to like a Luton Town or something like that. He'll
No,
go
no.
to decent.
He'll go to mid-table, so
Yeah.
mid
So
upper.
Luton could stay up if they have him.
Yeah.
I think everyone's predicting Luton to finish 20th, eh?
Yes.
Yeah,
They got promoted a season too soon. It's fine. They just win the lottery, get some extra money, and they'll yo-yo back
bounce
up,
back up
when they're
again,
in
yeah.
their new stadium in the championship next season.
Exactly. They got some sweet stadium building cash.
Well, they've already paid for the stadium, so this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
bonus money, right?
It is
And
bonus,
then-
you know. It's
and then
more
they get
paying that
parachute
back, right?
payments as well.
Yeah.
And their stadium is designed with the idea that they would be a championship club, not a Premier League. So they don't have a super huge stadium like
No,
Sunderland
it's-
with a 50k stadium.
Yeah.
in
But
League
it was designed to keep them in the Premiership, like be enough to generate
Yeah.
revenue for the Premiership. But yeah, I think you're right. Like realistically, this is Championship size crowds.
Alright. Let's have a look. See here. You and
Does Wan-Bissaka play?
Wan-Bissaka starts at United. There's no way he isn't.
You reckon?
Nah,
Well,
bro.
who else can play right back at United?
It's a lot.
Isn't he? Don't they play? Oh, yeah,
Diogo Dalot. He plays right back.
Diogo Dalot. This is basically what I'm thinking of. Do I pick Diogo Dalot or pick another striker?
The thing is, Wan-Bissaka and Dalot, they share it like
Wan
they share it a
Bissaka
lot.
has been playing all of the preseason, and
Yeah.
he's been the attacking threat.
It's that's
Alright.
that's the question is because last season Eric Ten Hag went with Diogo Dalot more than he did Wan-Bissaka, but the whole preseason Wan-Bissaka's been playing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he's been playing like an actual fullback, like a fullback who bombs forward rather than
Yeah.
Like a proper
So-
fullback.
Like a
Yeah,
proper
well,
fullback.
well under Ollie's team basically couldn't defend. He had to stay back as well, and he wasn't being trained into because he was a midfielder, right? So he should have been a natural attacking fullback, but he isn't.
Did I just talk you into picking Wan-Bissaka and now he's not going to start?
And then in swoops Ricky
Mind
with
games.
Diogo Dalot.
Wan-Bissaka's like my fourth defender, so like I have my starting four.
It's gonna be funny.
I'm not picking Dalot. That guy's not good enough.
Bro, he gets bare assists, when he's on the pitch. He gets assists.
I think Dan Burn is underrated, to be fair.
Oh yeah, that Newcastle defense is good.
Yeah.
And Dan Burn will bomb forward with Kieran Trippier. Like, they're gonna have incredibly good fullbacks. If Newcastle maintain their defense and the improvements in attack pay off, they'll maintain fourth, I think.
Oh, I don't know what to do.
I just cannot wait to see Newcastle in the Champions League. It's gonna be so good.
I've seen Newcastle in
be
the
good.
Champions League. They were good.
Yeah.
They had
I
Alan
can't-
Shearer back
I
then.
can't wait for Barcelona to come to fucking St James Park or something. It was so good.
The fun thing about that, Mr. Number 9, is I don't think Casey was alive.
No, probably not.
No,
Maybe
this was
just.
2002 or 2003 sort of times.
Then just.
What do you guys think of Kovacic? Do you reckon he plays a lot at City?
Yeah.
Kovacic is the Gundogan replacement, so yeah.
I reckon he could do quite well, eh?
He plays as much as the rest of the City
are
midfield, right?
refreshing a lot of their squad, so I think Kovacic, he'll play as much as any player plays in City, because nobody
Yeah.
plays that many games at City other than Haaland.
Yeah.
But Haaland plays like 70 minutes a game because they always take him off, and then immediately take him to the massage room and
Yeah, exactly. That's because he's injury prone, right? So they only play him for like 7
Well,
and
he's
then get him
apparently
ready.
still growing, and Manchester City are like, we have to wrap
Still
him in
growing.
cotton
What?
wool. Yeah,
Bro's
like
6'6".
yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like Victor Wembanyama, the NBA player, like the guy who got drafted #1. He's like 7 foot something, and then they're like,
You know
yeah,
what?
he's still growing
Hmm.
at 19.
No. I think Delot's my choice.
I'm disappointed in you, Adam.
Wow, that's
You
just how it
didn't
goes.
pick the obvious token pick.
The obvious token pick?
Yes.
I might go for a bit of Rico Henry. Get in that Brentford defence.
Rico Henry is a decent player.
Yeah, fullback as well. That bombs on, picks up assists. Just hoping Brentford can still be quite solid like they were last year defensively.
Brentford's fullbacks are always going to be good because Brentford play a sophisticated version of Stoke ball, right? Like counter attack, but they defend like in a good pattern, which allows them to take advantage of the press.
Yeah.
So it's not quite a low block; it's like a halfway between a mid block and a low block. And
Here we go. This is going to be fun. Trying to pick a fucking midfielder. Last midfield spot.
so, Crystal Palace are probably getting relegated, right? Since they don't have Zaha, and he's literally single-handedly kept them up.
They got Eze though. Eze's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Eze's good.
And Olise when he's not injured.
I think
just
Crystal
feel
Palace
like
still
they'll be
stays.
in the relegation battle. I don't think they'll actually be relegated, to be fair, but yeah.
Yeah. There'll be more in the relegation battle than they have in the past.
There is seriously no midfielders that I want.
No.
And I got 30 seconds. This should be good.
Just pick the top one, man. Come on.
Look, I think I'm reasonably happy with how the draft went so far.
Okay, Kovacic, go for it.
Good times. He'll play, so it's fine.
Kovacic
exactly.
will play like 20 plus games. Like, but that's City, right? Nobody's playing more than 25 games.
I got Phil Foden as well. So like, if one gets rotated, the other one just comes in, hopefully. So what have I got left? What have I got left?
I mean, he's going to have goals scored against him, but he's going to make saves, right? So averages out.
Do you get points for saves?
Yes, that's how goalkeepers get points for clean. Not many points for clean sheets, but they get points for saves. So I'm hoping it averages out.
One goal.
Yeah.
Willock. It's almost my turn.
Oh yes, get involved.
Actually, let's go with. Where is he? So he's gonna probably get sold. He'll play.
No.
Ooh.
Joy. Joy.
Sell again. Okay.
It's just whether he gets sold to a Premier League team. That's
I was about to say, if he doesn't get sold and he stays at Arsenal, then it's a bit tough on you because he will only play a couple games. But if he gets sold and stays in the Premier League, he'll start.
Yeah.
He'll get loaned to Luton Town.
Yeah, I was gonna say he'll get loaned somewhere surely.
He might get loaned to Crystal Palace, to be fair.
I reckon to be fair, I
See,
reckon
Adam, this guy was the obvious token pick. Chris Wood.
Oh, of course, yes.
Come on.
Come on.
He's still around.
Yes.
not in the match.
Forest?
Yeah,
The
Forest.
legend
Yeah.
himself.
He's going to keep Forest up.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Someone gets wood, they stay up. They don't have wood, they go down.
And Chris Wood, we trust.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. Our problem
Do you know,
isn't the striker. It's the getting the ball to the striker.
Do you know how Chris Wood has moved around like quite a few Premier League teams? Each time he gets
But
Middle midfield spot. We're looking at. Virginia.
yeah, bro, pick him.
Smith Rowe.
oh my gosh, I actually have the last pick of the draft.
You do.
I
know
get
my last
Mr.
pick is-
Irrelevant.
Yeah.
The guy who got picked in the last pick of the draft almost took his team to the Super Bowl last year, and he was a
Yeah.
quarterback. Or last season. Pretty
Fred.
incredible.
Pickford.
Ooh, 18-6. Go Warriors.
Oh, go Warriors.
Oh,
Up the
22, 22-18. Shit, like it wasn't on live. So.
Oh.
We
Is that
almost
still
shit
go
the bed.
Warriors?
It was 18 all just before, but I've only got 20 seconds left. Let's pick something. Stop watching the Warriors. Coutinho?
10, 9.
Let's go Brentford.
Come on, Sean. And the kick is good.
Woo.
Woo. In Sean Johnson, we trust.
Yes,
Oh,
we do.
that guy's a magician, bro.
Just need him to not be in form right now. We need him to be in form in like
In the playoffs.
7 or 8 games time.
Yeah.
It's alright. I have trust in him. I think Andrew Webster will get the best out of him in the playoffs.
As long as we avoid running into the Broncos and the Panthers, be fine.
So just finish top 4 is what you're saying.
Yeah, we've got to finish third, and then
Yeah,
We
yeah,
look,
yeah.
we look
good.
likely to finish top 4 though, don't we?
I think so. It's a pretty good run-in. We've got West.
Yeah, we don't play
we've
anyone
got-
in that top 8, I think,
No.
isn't it?
We've got West. We've got Manly. We've got a few other crap teams to
Dolphins.
play. Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah.
They won
It's
me
all-
money at the beginning of the season, when they
Oh,
were
nice.
actually winning.
But yeah, no, it's all teams outside the top 8 that we're playing.
All right. Last pick for me. Got a forward to pick. Lukaku's still there.
I think Lukaku's worth a gamble.
For your final pick, for sure.
It's like a high risk, high reward pick. Because if he
Imagine we
does
come with
play,
and just starts going back to how he was at Everton and just tearing up. That'd be hilarious.
He's not playing though. You know that.
They've got Nkunku and that Nicholas Jackson. There's no way Lukaku plays.
no,
Yeah,
Lukaku
exactly.
could get loaned out to another Premier League club though.
No, he's not
if
going.
he's
Back to
going
Italy if he
anywhere,
is
it'll
though.
be like Italy or
Yeah.
he's not
Yeah.
going to a Premier League team.
Fair.
Luton
All
Town.
right.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Loan him to
there
Luton
is
Town.
no strikers that I want at all. Who's going to get a couple of minutes? Go, but Samaka. Skamaka.
Despite everything I just said to you, Casey, I was 100% drafting Lukaku because
You love to see
That's
it.
a
Huh?
token pickup I've ever seen one.
that's the biggest token pick. That's what was my last pick. I know what my last pick is. It's Lukaku. Just because.
Who got Trafford? I reckon he's a sneaky good pick for a keeper.
Ariola get up over Fabianski. Surely Fabianski's average.
Henderson is still available. And he will probably start at Forest.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
he's their number one. Dean Henderson's Forest. Oh no, don't they have
They have no. Keylor Neves is back at some
was
other
he?
where he was loaned from. He's
Alone. Yeah, okay.
like obviously he's not as good as Keylor Neves. Keylor Neves is incredible.
If Neves is gone, then yeah, Dean Henderson's the number one.
Will United loan him back to him?
Nah, he's gonna be sold for like I think 12 to 15 million.
All right. We'll go with that. I can always change
Okay.
it later, right? There's enough goalkeepers to go back.
Cup goalkeepers are like are not a scarcity stock. Eh? It's not an issue. All right, who should I pick? Shall I do my usual nonsense and just pick Tom Heaton because he's gonna back up Onana, and that way I've got someone.
Just got
actually the-
same.
Meant to be a good strategy for the drafts is you pick the number one and the backup from one club, and that way you always got a keeper that's playing.
Yeah. Nah, I reckon. Yeah. I'll do that. Because there's no point overthinking backup keeper. Where are you, Tom Heaton? Let's just look for you. Heaton.
Tom Heaton right now is absolutely gassed that he got picked in someone's draft day. He's like, I'm just happy to be here, lads.
Tom Heaton has been getting decent minutes in the preseason, as you should, for your backup keeper. To give
Let's
him a
look at
few
this
touches.
team.
And apparently he's been running up and playing with the ball at his feet as well. So he's playing Ten Hag ball.
Draft
Quote,
that's ready to
unquote.
go. You want to go through teams? Oh, no problems, Mr. Pete. He's got to jump out, so.
Interesting.
Draft has ended, so we can just look at our draft. Ooh. Let's see who we got.
Not bad. Not
Happy?
bad. Yeah.
Oh
Wish
yeah.
I just wish I'd
Riyadh
put
sneakily getting
a little bit more
Nketiah and
emphasis on at
Trossard
least
in there.
one more midfielder.
Nketiah and Trossard.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I went away
Sneaky.
from the midfield one pick too early.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I would have liked a bit of a beefier midfield, but it's not horrible.
Given Nader did an auto draft, that's not a terrible team.
And look at his
He
on.
got Kane, he's got Wilson, he's got Grealish, got Robertson.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
like
that's-
a core you can build around.
It is reliant on Kane staying, but hey.
Yeah.
How do you see people's team?
If you go to the draft, back to the draft room, you can change the team. So that's where I am in
Yeah.
the stream.
Um.
Is it sad that I'm already looking at who I can transfer out for some of my players?
Oh, well, you got to see the bargains, right?
Yeah.
Make me a trade deal, Ricky.
You could take off him.
Give me one of your City defenders. Give me John Stones, bro. I reckon Bruno Fernandes will do well. Then he'll get a good player.
Yeah.
In the normal fantasy as well, he's had a price drop of $1.5 million from last year.
Whoa.
He's only 8.5 mil in the normal fantasy.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Surprised nobody picked Rodrigo.
Nah, he pops up with like a goal every 12 games or something like that.
Yeah, I guess. But he tends to get starts.
Yeah, he's all reliable for Pep. He's like Pep's loves
Pep's-
him as like a yeah.
He's basically Pep's Michael Essien to Jose Mourinho. I reckon if Michael Essien was still playing on crutches, Mourinho would sign him. He'd be at Roma.
Yeah.
Like
I think Mourinho would quite happily take a lot of those old fellas back, like Drogba and all that.
yeah, Mourinho has people who like love him. Like even Jesse Lingard loves Mourinho. Thinks he's a really nice person and like
He gets passion out of a lot of players, eh? Like
Yeah.
when people play for Mourinho, they play with passion.
like if
like
you
for two
buy
and
into
a
his
half
thing,
seasons.
if you
Yeah,
buy
for
into
2.5
his thing,
seasons.
you get because even Dele Alli apparently has a good relationship with Mourinho, even though like infamously in that Spurs documentary, like Mourinho calls
Shit.
him lazy.
Rips into him, eh? Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently he apologized to him later about it.
All right.
I wonder if he was playing to the cameras for that,
Probably.
possibly. But
How
yeah.
do you feel about your team, Ricky?
Yeah, it's good, man.
Yeah. Doesn't look too bad. I'm having a look at it now. Looks alright, eh?
You watch Brighton do absolute bits, mate.
Yeah, I've got Brighton ballers as well. I've got Solly March and João Pedro. A bit of a double up at Brighton.
Nice.
I just worry about Brighton having to deal with Europa Conference League, unless they decide to like not give a
They'll
shit
be
about it.
alright. I reckon they'll be alright.
Just more the stretch of games, right? It's more games to stick into the
Yeah.
calendar.
They're
So it's-
that Deserby, like he's a good manager.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I would be quite interested if who's the manager at Atalanta? I can't remember his name. And sorry, who's the not Atalanta? The manager at Napoli.
Oh,
I would love to see him come to the Premier League, like a guy who plays a completely different style to everybody else.
yeah, that would be quite fun actually. If anything,
'Cause
just
he's
for the
the-
differences.
Because he totally doesn't play the, sorry, Rudy Garcia. Yeah, he doesn't play the whole positional play.
Yeah.
For someone who didn't put too much emphasis on their forward line, you've actually got a couple of good forwards, Ricky.
I got two. Well, the two of them should play, and then
Yeah, Wissa and Ferguson will they're like Brentford and Brighton's main number 9s, I think.
Yeah.
Where like I traditionally value forwards, but I ended up somehow with Solanke, Wood, and Weghorst as my forwards.
Sure, it seemed like a good idea.
Midfield as well.
Like I think
Bruno
Solanke
and
will
James
be a
Maddison.
mainstay for Bournemouth, but the others, I'm like, Wood maybe for Forest. But
Well, Wood will be on and off.
Weggy,
Wood will be on and off, right?
yeah.
He won't start every game, mate.
No. We got what, Iwoni? So.
Here we go, eh? Here we go.
I'm actually playing a 4-5-1.
Alright. Fair enough.
Maybe I should play a
Play one.
4-4-1. Sorry, 5-4-1. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced that Mudrik's going to start.
Wow, I quite like Adam's team. Looking good.
Try my best.
I like that. Your midfield is quite nice as well,
Yeah.
actually.
I was slightly disappointed I didn't get more ex-Chelsea players, but hey.
Well, you
Good
got
defense, good midfield, and Nicholas Jackson.
yeah.
Jackson should kick on. Nice,
Yeah.
good team.
Once again, I
I
think
mean,
my forwards
the
aren't really
defense
starting,
is-
but
The
Oh, I don't know,
defense is
Nicholas
where I look
Jackson-
at that going, other than James, it's like, how many of these people are starting? And is Reece James still injured, or is he
Nah,
gonna-
he's all good now, I think.
he's all good? But that midfield, you're right, is absolutely solid.
Yeah, Richarlison's going to pick you up a lot of points this season, I reckon.
Assuming he doesn't get carded every game, like he has for Spurs. Because he can't
I'm
not
real
take his
intrigued.
shirt off.
See how Nicholas Jackson goes, because he's been cooking in pre-season.
I just didn't think he was starting over
And Cuckoo.
Nkuku, yeah. I thought
And
the
you're so
Nkuku
close.
starts,
If
but
you could get Nkuku, you'd have the full Chelsea starting lineup.
Yeah, it's no secret Adam's draft technique every year. It's as many ex-Chelsea players and current
Just-
Chelsea players as
just
possible.
pick Chelsea players. This year, actually, I didn't think about it too much, so there we go.
See, I usually go the whole, let's pick as many Manchester City players as possible. But every time I looked, there was like the person I wanted got picked before I wanted it. So I was like, eh.
To be fair, going the Pep, just copying Pep is probably a good idea.
Yeah. So this is the thing. How many of us are gonna tank the first week in case Mbappe comes to Liverpool?
You gotta work out which week he's coming and tank that week.
Yeah.
That was like what was it last season? No, all the season, like where it was like 1 week. We played like 1 or 2 weeks, and then Ronaldo came, and whoever the person that was at the bottom just got Ronaldo. And
That person, Maxit, and then the week after, I think the week after there was like, Odegaard went to Arsenal, and he signed Odegaard as well.
Yeah.
Because he was bottom 2 weeks in a row, so he got 2 really good players.
Mental though.
Good times.
It would be cool for Elijah Adebayo if Luton stayed up. Like, he's played for Luton all the way since the National League. And he's now going to play in the Premier League.
That would be cool, actually.
Ooh.
I mean, it's not happening for him, but it'd be cool.
Yeah.
That's a decent midfield, that. Whoever's picked them up. Rashford, Bowen, and Buemo, and Matoma.
Which one's that?
It is Doctor Evil.
Oh yeah, no, he normally has a pretty solid one.
Yeah.
He was the one picking midfield. He picked all his midfielders first, then his forwards,
Yeah,
then Martinez, then his defenders.
nice.
So yeah, he had solid midfielders, but he picked all 5 first. He was at the bottom of the list, but
I wanted to get Trent. I think with his new midfield, like kind of midfield right back hybrid, he's going to get so many assists.
yeah,
This is the thing. Basically, my thoughts are with my defense is Trent, Dan Burn, and Zinchenko are kind of midfield fullback hybrids.
Yeah,
And Walker and Wan-Bissaka are basically classic right backs.
Martinelli as well. He'll do well.
Yeah, Martinelli is basically a forward midfielder
Pretty
type
much.
player.
Yeah.
You think
Maybe it's
Mudrik's
just
not going to start,
Did
Adam?
Harvey Barnes go to Newcastle?
Yeah, that's why I picked him.
Know that.
Because
He's a good. I like Harvey Barnes.
he was one of the rare good players at Leicester last
Leicester.
season.
Yeah.
Like he was getting assists galore.
Yeah, it's pretty much just him and Madison trying to do everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
Leicester have obviously sold a bunch of players, but they fucking kept hold of Amy Vardy, eh?
Jamie Vardy's not gonna
Yeah,
leave
that's-
Leicester. He's gonna bring them back into the Premier League.
yeah.
It's real interesting because they've literally got rid of like Tielemans, Madison, Harvey Barnes, but they've kept Jamie Vardy.
Jamie Vardy will still kill it in the Championship.
Yeah, he's kicking on though. Like, if he was to move from Leicester, like, where does he really go? Because he's getting
That's right.
pretty old.
Yeah, I don't think
Where is
anyone's
that?
actually willing to buy him, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Look,
And,
he's
like,
only
the only time you would
functional
buy
at
him is
Leicester,
real
right?
cheap. Like, you'd only pick him up if you could get him for cheap as.
Is he
Like-
really wanting to leave Leicester anyway?
Like
It's like
Jamie
Leicester.
Vardy is
Nah.
the greatest fox ever, right? Like
Yeah.
he's not gonna leave Leicester.
Nah, he'll stay there.
Yeah.
Does Morgan? I think he might argue that, but sure.
Jamie Vardy's goals got them their only league title.
Oh, N'Golo Kante and Riyad Mahrez probably played a
Yeah,
big part
but
as
he
well.
was the spear point at the end of that thing,
Yeah,
right?
because didn't he tied, I can't remember whose record it was, where he scored like 12 games in a row or something like that.
Yeah,
And I think the one that got it for him was like that Liverpool volley from like 40 yards.
Yeah,
That
he
was crazy.
scored. He scored something ridiculous. He took 24 goals that season for Leicester.
It would have been Shearer's record, wouldn't it, if it was a goals per for every game?
Yeah,
Possibly. I think it might have been a United player.
You're thinking Ruud van
It wasn't
Nistelrooy.
Nistelrooy, was it?
Ruud van
Van
Nistelrooy did 10. I think Vardy broke his record.
Yeah.
I think he tied it on 11, didn't he?
11 maybe.
Dr. Google, consecutive Premier League goals record.
What does it say? What does it say?
Trying to find it. It says Jamie Vardy 11.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
see, I think Ruud
Yeah, so he
had
would've-
10.
Yeah, Rude must have had 10 because he's not even mentioned.
Pretty sure, yeah, because Van Nistelrooy never scored anything that wasn't more than 2 yards out.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There's a headline: Jamie Vardy breaks Rude Van Nistelrooy's
There you go.
record. Yeah, I think Rude got 10, didn't he? And Jamie Vardy got 11.
Because I remember, I think the Riyad Mahrez won the Player of the Year award at the PFA, but the Jamie Vardy won the Football Writers Award that year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But he's the only one left from that team, surely.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Rude achieved the feat of scoring in 10 consecutive Premier League games.
Yeah, the Warriors won. Yay!
Yay!
28-18.
Nice.
Made it
nice,
hard
nice,
for
nice, nice.
themselves though, considering
Yeah.
the Titans were a man down.
In the first half, they had to do like something like three dropouts from their line in a row,
no.
and then the Titans scored the first try. I was like,
Oh dear.
Oh my god, this guy. What a front three. Although Tony's out for half the season. Haaland, Gabriel, Jesus, and Tony.
No, who was that one?
Matthew Johnson.
Oh, Matthew. Yeah, no, that was just what a bitch.
auto draft.
Yeah,
I know
and the number one pick.
Jesus is only meant to be out for a couple of weeks at the start of the season. So Haaland and Jesus up top, that is a deadly
Yeah,
pairing.
need you.
Bernardo Silva might leave as well. That's unfortunate for him. I don't know how many games Sancho and Anthony will play because they're gonna probably share a bit of the.
Yeah, I was about to say, after his forward line, the rest of the team kind of, you can tell it's been auto-picked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's just a
Like
big order pick.
Cancelo's not gonna play for City, unfortunately. Like there's a lot
That's
of.
so sad because Haaland's just gonna. You can tell that like in a few weeks over the year, that his auto pick team and Haaland's just gonna get like 24 points or something and win him a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like just to demonstrate how bad a fantasy player I am, I got both Haaland and Rashford last year in this draft league, and I only came third.
I was
I think-
gutted. I think
Wow.
I bottled it on like 2 games left. Like and going into the run-in of like the last 7 games, I was like 8 points ahead or something in the draft, and I was like, oh yeah, I've got this. I'm gonna win. And then second to last game, I dropped to second, and then in the last game, I think I lost my game by like 1 point, and it would have won me the draft.
There are 3. I think it was really close in the top 3. I think I only lost by like 4 points or something to
Yeah,
first place.
I can
And
find it.
there are 3 or 4 games in there where I just forgot to like switch out players, which would have like there. I actually have a tie from last season. If you can believe it or not?
yeah, draws that just happen out the gate.
It was like ridiculous, and I think in one of those, one of those games where I accidentally forgot to drop a player and swap out, like just from my subs bench, and it would have won me those games. Oh well.
Yeah, I was gutted. I was keen. I was like gunning to go back to back in the draft. Dropped to second.
Pretty nice going back to back sometimes, isn't it?
What did you go back to back in?
Hey. Oh, I'm just saying. Good times.
Yeah. Oh, do you mean our?
Yeah, you just haven't won in a while, mate. That's all.
I'm pretty sure I won like the season before. I'm pretty sure I won.
I know Louis left the chat, but Louis had won his back-to-back champions for the draft of season 8 and season 9.
Ooh.
I
Yeah,
think I can even.
I was
check this.
gutted. I was 1 week. I was 1 week off going back to back draft win.
So did people still draft Kane in their regular fantasy team?
No, absolutely not. Not with Haaland being 14 mil.
It's hard, eh? I'm like, part of me doesn't want to pick him, but the other part of me is like, you just have to. You have to have Haaland. You
Yeah.
can't.
I did-
Because
but
I
the
have
thing
both
is-
Haaland and Kane. I mean, no player without Haaland is gonna win the fantasy, like regular fantasy. He's just gonna be unless he gets injured, obviously.
The next hard call is once you've got Haaland, then the next hard call is getting like Salah or Trent.
Yeah.
I've
think
got
Either of
Trent.
those two with
I've
Haaland.
got
then you've
Trent,
got
Haaland,
no
and
money.
Kane in my team, and Rashford.
Yeah. Like it's hard because do I go Trent, Salah or whatever, and then just go budget players in other positions, or do you spread the money?
I think I've picked.
It's made it a real tough decision.
I think there's a few like bargains. I think Tyrone Mings is pretty solid at Aston Villa, and so is Pau Torres, and Saliba is pretty solid. They're not gonna get you much points, but there'll be a few clean sheets here and there.
Yeah.
And I managed to
It's
pick.
tough because I think Liverpool's going to do real well this season.
Maybe. I don't know. Jordan Henderson's a big loss. He's Mr. Chemistry for that team.
I think they'll be all right though without him. I reckon
They
their mid-
should be all right. I
I hate
agree.
to say it because I do like Jordan Henderson, but I think their midfield might be a bit more creative now without him. He does love a sideways pass, old Jordan Henderson.
Oh, 100%. But like, you know, they're replacing him and Fernandinho in the same, um, in the same window. I'm just like, that's a lot of, like
Yeah.
and also James,
Milner.
James Milner. So three guys who are basically your experienced, like, the guys who provide all the vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Who are they
it's
replacing
an
them with? Who's coming in?
McAllister
from
Oh,
Huh?
yeah.
and the other guy.
Schlozomozli, I can't pronounce it.
Impossible for me to pronounce name.
Yeah,
From
he came from the Bundesliga, and he's a real good player. He looks a good player.
Yeah, other than Haaland, how many good players from the Bundesliga in the last 5 years have like meshed right away?
You watching Kunku at Chelsea? He's gonna do bit.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying the new striker from the Bundesliga at Chelsea is gonna do really well?
Yeah, definitely. Because
Yeah.
it's
That's a
ignore
reoccur-
history. Yeah, ignore history. This one's going to be
Right.
the good
Ignore
one.
history. Yeah, and Kunku, he's gonna do it.
No,
I
I
think
think
Christopher
Nkunku's going to be
Nkunku
good.
is a good player, just like I thought Timo Werner's a good player. I think Chelsea's the striker's graveyard.
Yeah, all right.
Like at the moment, the strikers go to Chelsea to die. Like since Fernando Torres.
That guy is so good, eh? That guy was actually.
He was
We
until
ruined
he
him.
went to Chelsea.
We,
The only
we,
ruined him,
exception,
yeah.
and I think it proves the rule, is Diego Costa. And even Diego Costa, like Chelsea ruined him. In some, like he had a really good season, and then Chelsea ruined him.
he was still good for us,
Yeah.
mostly.
And then he came, it was the immovable force and the the full momentum object when he met Conte.
Yeah.
You just didn't want to bar him, eh?
Yeah. So you've got those guys, and I can't even think about, like, since then you've bought like at least 20 million strikers by my count, or forward players who
At
all
least.
play the same position as Christian Pulisic and somehow expected it to work.
And for some reason didn't play Pulisic instead.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah, I
decided he was bad.
I never understood why Pulisic never got more game time. He was
I
clearly one of the better players there.
Nah, he's overrated, Barry. He's just because he was American. That's all it was.
Pulisic was decent. He wasn't like.
He might be overrated, but he was still better than
Yeah.
the people that were picked ahead of him.
We should just been playing him.
Do you know what was
Like-
real funny? It's like Werner was amazing in the Bundesliga, came to Chelsea, was shit, went straight back to the Bundesliga and started cooking again.
Yeah, that you could say that's
like
something
the
about
number
Premier
of
League or
times
something. It's
Lukaku
Chelsea.
has come back and sucked at Chelsea is like. And
Just keep
even
coming
the
back.
people in Manchester United don't have fond memories about him. He's got goals at Manchester United. Like, he's performed.
Yeah. No, there's only one club he hasn't performed at.
Best he's ever done at the Prem was when there was like one or 2 years where he was on an absolute tear at Everton, just scoring like
Yeah.
4
He
goals.
was at a tear at Everton for 3 seasons in a row. He was
Yeah, he
incredible.
was
He was getting
amazing.
20, and then he was on a tear at West Brom for 3 seasons in a row.
It was the other way around, West Brom then Everton. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
sorry.
From then Everton,
Before West
yeah.
Brom, before
Yeah.
Everton, you're right. 3 seasons in a row at West Brom, he was on a tear.
Yeah, then with Everton.
Because I remember
was awesome.
fantasy football, and he was just getting like 20-something points every week, and I'm like, this guy's a monster.
And then he refused to go back out on loan because he wanted to play at Chelsea. And instead of actually just playing him like we should have, we sold him.
Everton.
and then he got all grumpy at us, and has never been ungrumpy at us ever since.
Got all grumpy and
Back to
was the
sad.
end.
That was the end. Went off
He's
and played.
never recovered from that.
Like, Manchester United is where good strikers go to retire. Like, we always get an old guy on his last legs to come to United and have like one final hurrah. Like people like Michael Owen and all that, but they don't suck at United usually.
Imagine Mbappe comes to Arsenal,
It's not.
recreates
That's not-
Harry
He's go-
Henry's
he's-
legacy.
He's going
That's
to
not
Madrid.
happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
You
Madrid's
can
the
dream.
only
To
place-
Harry
He
Henry
might go to
2.0.
Liverpool though.
Madrid's the only
Just
place
get
he
Harry
goes. He's
Henry
gonna-
on the
he's-
phone.
He wants to go to Real Madrid, but from what I understand, Liverpool may get him on a loan because PSG don't want to pay him to go on a free next year. Like, because he's on a monster contract at PSG.
Yeah.
There was a rumor going around that like some Saudi club offered him like ridiculous money
The
just to go
Saudi
there for
club,
one season.
Al
He did.
Hilal offered to break the transfer record that PSG set with Neymar. So 257 million or something ridiculous, and he was gonna get paid 700 million a year or
Yeah.
something like that.
Just for 1
Yes,
year before he goes to Real Madrid the next year or something like
And
that.
he was just like, I don't want to go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
It's just stupid money, eh?
That's
It is.
ridiculous.
Look, we can, people can complain all they want about Mbappe being greedy at PSG when he had the monster contract, but he's not that greedy because he turned down 700 mil, like, straight cash, tax free because it's in Saudi, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And he probably wouldn't have even had to play. He probably could have just sat on the bench and sold shirts.
it's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
say what you want about Tiger Woods, he's not greedy because he turned down 900 million straight cash. That was his signing on fee at Live Golf.
These Saudis, eh? They're just trying to take over all this sport. Where do they get all this money from? I know they've got oil. but
Oil.
far out.
Yeah, you know that substance that powers everything in our
Yeah.
economy that we can't.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous money, though. Ridiculous.
That is a mental.
Yeah, that's what happens, you say, when you have a substance that not only powers everything that we do, but also is the base building blocks for everything you own.
And
Everyone
everything in your house is probably made of it too.
Any plastic at all, that comes from that. Any type of plastic.
And it's cheaper to get oil from Saudi Arabia than any other country in the world. Anyway, it would be interesting, like I said, because if we had one season of Mbappe versus Haaland at the Premier League, I'm just like, I don't even
Ooh.
care that it's at Liverpool. I want to see that.
just
Like,
wanna
you
see
know?
it, yeah.
Like, sure, you're gonna go to Real Madrid. I don't care. Like, one season.
Just give us one season, man. Come on.
Mbappe to City and they just play a 4-4-2 with Mbappe and Haaland up top.
Don't joke, because you know what could happen.
Look,
May as
we
well
all
just stop
we
it.
were all
He
worried
just
that
changes his whole system to play Haaland and Mbappe up top together.
Jude Bellingham might go to City because that
City,
would have
yeah.
also and that would have guaranteed four-peat, right?
Yeah.
He's looking good at Real Madrid so far.
Like, yeah, I have no doubt Jude Bellingham will be good at Real Madrid. And
Yeah.
it probably will suit him more to be there.
How
I've
did
been
they
enjoying watching Messi at Inter Miami. He's just been tearing it.
It's because he's playing against school kids.
Yeah, I know,
Exactly.
it's so good, bro. It's so good.
It's like Cristiano Ronaldo at Saudi Arabia. He's tearing it, but it's Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, strangely, looks really good there.
How did Madrid swoop in and steal Bellingham off Liverpool?
I
I thought
Liverpool
Liverpool
were
had
never
that.
gonna get him.
I thought they had that sewn up.
No,
I thought he was always going to Madrid. Like they
No,
always seem to be close.
Liverpool was rumored way before Madrid was.
Oh, okay.
They started making moves. He was going to be their Jordan Henderson replacement.
Uh, No, the only things I ever saw was news articles about how Madrid was interested and how he was going to go to Madrid and Madrid. I just obviously picked it up at the wrong time.
I think that was just personal. I think he just wanted to go to
I mean,
Madrid over Liverpool.
Yeah, so
Fickle.
he only played 16 games in Saudi Arabia last season, and he scored 14 goals.
Good Ronaldo.
I saw that he scored an 88th minute winner in the Saudi Cup today or yesterday or something like that.
Oh, did he? Oh, go on.
Yeah. I mean, if he manages to spend 3 or 4 more seasons at Saudi Arabia, he can probably break the 1,000 goal barrier.
Yeah.
Because he's on 717 top level career goals, like for club, and he's got 100 and something for Portugal, 103.
All right. Yeah. Well, you could get there definitely. If he can.
Sorry,
hold himself
123 if you count friendlies.
Why not?
we don't. Yeah.
I mean, they do count because they're still internationals. If you count the stuff he did for age group, like underage, he's got 141 goals for Portugal. Something ridiculous.
You know what's real funny? Messi's 1 goal off being Inter Miami's all-time top goal scorer.
Inter Miami was only founded last year.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah,
How
that's
good is
not
that?
surprising.
He's been there for 2 minutes.
David Beckham is a really clever business person, but he might not have been the best person at setting up a football club.
He's got a lot of people around him that he pays to help him, though.
Well,
he's just
he doesn't pay anyone. His partners apparently fronted up most of the money. The deal was that if he saw out his contract at MLS, he would get to buy a franchise for 20 million. And the franchise fee now is 200 million when Inter Miami came around. So he made 100.
Yeah.
That 180 million he's contributing, just
That's
by
just
himself.
smart business.
Yeah, it's really smart business. And then
Yeah.
everybody, all his partners just came in and put more money into the club because they're essentially getting a free license.
A free crack at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's like LeBron James. He was very clever at he's upgraded his 5% stock at Liverpool to be like a 5% stock at the group that owns Liverpool. It's weird to me that active sports people in other in other sports own football clubs. Like it's not even Wrexham, which I understand. That would make Tom Brady just bought a big share in Birmingham City, and at least he's retired, but.
yeah, it's weird. It's like just stay in your lane.
To be fair, he is he's got a $400 million deal with Fox to be a commentator, so.
Yeah.
So he's spending of that money.
I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that that Kroenke Sports and Entertainment, out of all the teams they own, every team won their respective competition last year except for Arsenal.
The Denver Broncos. No, the Rams won the season before. You mean sorry, 2022? That's when they won, and the Denver Nuggets won this season in the NBA.
Yeah. So the Rams won, and then they have who else do they have? Is it they own a team in Colorado?
That'll be the Rockies if it's a baseball team. Or sorry, they own the Avalanche. So who also?
Yeah, the Avalanche. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they own a baseball team.
But yeah, so they got mega money one year because all their teams pretty much won the competitions they were in.
Dan Kroenke is the only American sports league owner that didn't get the taxpayers to pay for his stadium. He paid for it himself, and it is the most expensive stadium because it's in LA.
Yeah. No wonder we've got the money to buy Declan Rice. Jesus.
Well, he's not allowed to invest. Apparently, he only didn't invest as much as he wanted to in Arsenal because of, there was still other owners like Usmanov and all these other people.
Yeah, I think I
Like
did.
once he got full control, he was like, "Yep, I'm totally
Yeah.
willing to invest way more."
Random other note. Do you ever seen how many strikers Luton Town have?
Heaps.
Just three.
Yep.
The hell?
They have a
They've got 7. They've got 7 strikers registered for them. What is going on?
You never know,
Just play a
you might need to-
1-2-7.
Yeah,
Bro,
Look.
1-2-7.
yeah. Look, it's just one of those things, right? They could go and buy defenders and stuff, but they're up against the likes of Haaland and stuff. They know they're going to have goals scored against them. So why bother trying? Just
Exactly.
play
If
1900s
you
level.
can't stop conceding goals, just score more than your opposition.
Sorry, I
It's just-
miscounted one. There's 8.
Almost just like you could put out a starting 11 of just
Well-
strikers, pretty much.
118. It's fine.
Oh my goodness.
Love that.
Somebody has to sort that club out.
118. Route
Just
1
the
long
whole game
balls.
plan is to just counter press.
And just if the back guy ever gets the ball, he just boots it as hard as he can down the field.
Just either long ball if you're under pressure, or just counter press.
Just boot it up the field and like off you go, strikers, counter press. We're just booting this forward. There's enough of you. Face the ball all day.
Yeah.
Oh, Ricky,
Oh,
you know the tickets I got for the quarterfinals for the Women's World Cup in Auckland?
Yeah.
Mm.
Actually, it's shaping up to be could be quite a good game, that we're going to. It's either the winner of Japan Norway versus the winner of Sweden United States.
So it's
yeah,
going to be
It'll be Japan USA.
Japan USA,
Yeah.
and Japan's going to win.
Yeah, Japan's winning it. I put money on Japan at the beginning of the World Cup, so I'm real happy with
Japan
that.
looks so good.
They look
Japan
good.
is
They really
awesome.
look good.
Yeah.
My head says that Japan's going to win, but I really want England to do well. I like the England team.
Yeah, they're good too.
If you want anyone to do well, you want someone like South Africa or Morocco to just get up and keep going.
Imagine,
You want the underdogs. You want the underdogs to go all the way.
Yeah, I'd want a team who hasn't won it before to do it like that. I wanted one of the South American teams to do it, but yeah.
Although I've watched pretty much every single game that the Matildas have played, and they actually look quite good.
They are looking good.
Yeah, they're a
The-
good team.
The interesting thing is the USA team are not looking good. They're looking
No,
they
real
look
average.
average. They
Yeah.
look real average.
Uh,
I reckon Sweden could do them in the round of 16
I think the
if they
USA.
continue to be average.
No, I think the USA, even an average USA team, can deal with Sweden. Sweden's just got the one option, which is get a corner kick, put it on top of the
Yeah.
keeper, and have all the tall people try to outjump the keeper.
I was
And I
going to say their centre back scored like in every game of the pool from a corner.
It's just blonde ponytails going for gold.
I feel like the USA have enough experience and understanding at the back to be like, we can stop that, and then Sweden has nothing else. But then they'll hit the Japan team, and Japan will be like, "Oh, you're old and slow, you say? Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
say
interesting.
Hello, say hello
Yeah.
to our wingers.
Yeah, say hello
They're like
to 10 0.
robots, bro. Japan are honestly like robots. Their fitness and their speed and the way they play like just some good football.
It's so good. I just
Yeah.
watch them and you're just like, yeah, look at you. Just
Which is why I'm
ridiculous
excited
speed, ridiculous finishing as well. Like, that's the good thing.
I could be watching them live. I reckon
Yeah.
it'll be good fun.
That'd be good. Got spare tickets? Come on. I'm going tomorrow.
What will the 4 semis be? I reckon it'll be Japan, Netherlands,
Japan, US.
Netherlands on one side, and then England is on the other side. England.
Let me Google the knockout
I
thing
don't-
so I can have a look. Are you saying the semis? Yeah, it'll most likely be Japan, Netherlands on this side, on the New Zealand side,
Yeah.
and then on the Australia game side, it'll probably be. I reckon England could get there from those games, although Colombia aren't too bad.
Oh, it'll be
No.
France.
France?
It'll be France. France.
It'll
will-
probably be France or England, Australia. That's what I reckon.
Mm.
I think France will be too good for Morocco.
Yeah.
For Aussie?
Morocco's done there.
Yeah, France is too good.
In
And I
two
think,
World Cups, they've done their thing.
I
I
think
would
you're
actually
right.
like to see Aussie do Denmark and then also do France and get to the semis. I reckon that'd be cool.
That would be really cool. It'd be really good for the tournament. But I
I
see
mean,
Australia perhaps
Sam
getting past
Kerr is
Denmark,
really,
but not
really good.
France.
Having
Yeah.
a striker hit form can get you really far in a knockout tournament.
Also, Australia's been looking real good, and Sam Kerr hasn't even stepped on the pitch yet as well.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
she does.
You reckon?
No?
I don't think she's fit enough, man. She hasn't played already. I just don't think.
Yeah, it's tough to bring. She might come off the bench maybe, like if they're needing a goal, and she might come off the bench. But yeah, I don't think she starts with how well Aussie's been playing already.
This is like what we were saying because we watched Portugal play the USA. It's just like, why didn't Megan Rapinoe come on earlier? Literally, with every touch of the ball, she was getting a pass that was leading to like a good shot on goal.
Yeah.
And like,
America's lucky that they're even in the knockout stage, because Portugal hit the post in like the last
Oh.
minute of that game that
Yeah,
could have
yeah.
knocked them
Portugal
out.
should have won. Dear
Portugal
God.
played better in that game, but like literally the only player in America who played well and was Megan Rapinoe when she came on.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know why you wouldn't put her on earlier. I understand at her age she might not start, but you know,
Still got to get her on as early
really
as you
good
can.
still. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I was watching the England versus China game, and my gosh, Lauren James is unreal.
Oh, yeah.
She just cruises past people. She got like 3 goals and 2 assists in that one game.
Don't count out Nigeria, man. I reckon Nigeria could put a bit of a spanner in the works there.
Yeah, they could.
I think they'll make it interesting, but I'm with Case.
I think
don't think...
England were finding their form towards the end of the pool as well.
Yeah.
They started a bit slow. Like they won the first 2 games 1-0, 1-0, but then they changed their system a little bit because Walsh got injured, and they just looked insane in that last game against China.
Yeah. I don't see them getting stopped by Nigeria or Colombia / Jamaica, really.
Yeah.
Like the Colombia game would be a
Apparently-
bit more interesting, I think. But I think
Yeah,
we'll
I
still-
think Colombia could, like, if any of those teams are going to stop England, it'll be Colombia. But again, it's just I don't see it happening.
apparently Jamaica, their whole team is funded by Bob Marley's daughter.
Oh, really?
Really?
That's a fact.
Yeah, because she learned that they
No way.
don't have enough money for like uniforms and training stuff, and she was just like, "Nope, here's all my money."
Far out.
So like,
she
this is a
likes-
national team that's effectively being run like a club side, because she
Yeah.
just finds any player who's got any Jamaican heritage and be like, play for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Oh, no, like, most of the starting 11, I think, is American-born, plays in America. But watching them, they're really good. They were quite a decent team. You just looking to go, yeah, that makes sense now. I was trying to work out, I was like, oh, maybe it's just all the Jamaican Americans that couldn't make the American
Couldn't
side.
make
Like,
the US team.
we're just going to play with Jamaica then. But if it's, there's...
But
Some
most
money
of
behind
those
it as well.
American-born players, they get brought over to Jamaica at a young age and like,
No,
trained up
yeah.
in all
Once you-
academies in Jamaica. It's really
Mm.
interesting. So they're not like picking professional players who went through an American system. They wanted players who know their style and like.
But they were players were playing in America now as well. So do they go there?
Yeah,
then
because
go back?
America's
Yeah.
the most lucrative league to play in. But like,
Obviously, yeah.
their academy career is like,
Okay, yeah. So it's back to
Their
Jamaica.
education is from Jamaica as opposed to America.
Right.
I just love how there's been so many upsets, like Germany, Brazil, and Canada didn't
Canada
make it
out.
through.
It's great.
Canada
Germany
is a
out.
huge, yeah.
Brazil out.
Yeah, because didn't they win they won the Olympics
gold
or something?
medalist.
Yeah, crazy.
So I think it's like 3 of the top 10 didn't make it through. 4.
And what
Three.
made that even better was Australia did them like 4-0.
Yeah,
Canada, they obliterated them.
they really did. Like it was crazy. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like Aussie are looking good.
Yeah.
We could
Yeah,
get
'cause-
like I think we could get Australia versus England like an Ashes football
It's possible.
semi-final.
Yeah.
I reckon Aussie. I reckon they could. I reckon they could get to the semis.
They
that
could-
French team just looks too good as well.
I would still put my money on France personally, but yes.
Mm.
I see it being
It's
France.
just that you have a
Australia
home
quarters.
crowd like.
There is
Yeah,
that.
that's probably the one, the X factor, right? Is
Yeah.
Yeah, they have
you've
the home
got
crowd.
80,000 Australians
Yeah.
at whatever stadium it's going to be at. Yeah.
And like
exactly.
you know, like in a World Cup, in a knockout tournament, you raise your game by 5%. Your opposition, you know, it plays 5% worse than their
Suncorp.
average, and you can make the difference.
That quarterfinal was up at Suncorp in Brisbane.
Mm.
So yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's all
The
very
Warriors only need to get 2 more wins to confirm
interesting.
making
Oh, nice.
the playoffs.
But we want top 4.
Yeah, in
Home
theory.
base.
We
In
should be pretty
theory,
comfortable. We should.
In
be pretty
theory,
comfortable
minor
with that third
premiers is
spot.
not off the table because the
No.
Panthers have a pretty tough schedule.
Yeah.
Pretty happy with that third spot, shouldn't we? Because we don't play anyone inside the top 8 until the playoffs anymore.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
we
we
should be
should-
fairly comfortable up there.
We should sew up third here.
I mean, the Storm's got a game in hand and they're only 2 points behind, but we should
They-
be.
The Storm
See,
are currently,
West-
they're currently losing to the Panthers right now.
So there's
Okay.
the
Ooh.
There you
so,
go.
so there's West, the Sea Eagles, there's Dragons, and the Dolphins. Yeah, we probably lose to the Sea Eagles because we always lose to Manly, but the rest is doable.
How many of those are here?
A few of them actually.
They play the Tigers away, and they play the Dolphins away. So they've
But the
got the
Tig-
Dragons and the Sea Eagles at home.
The Tigers are down in Hamilton.
That's right. Yeah, Benji said he was bringing them here, eh? So they're
Yeah.
they're playing in
So-
New Zealand. That's cool.
So yeah, it's Hamilton game. But
Right.
the Tigers normally do that. Their away games have been in New Zealand quite a lot.
Oh, are the Warriors played in Hamilton?
yeah, the
yeah,
18th
when
of
they-
August or something, is it?
When they played the Tigers, yeah.
In the 12th of
That's
August.
cool.
12th of August. There we go.
Oh, it's this one, yeah. Same weekend as the Premier League starts.
Get Ricky
So
down
next week
there
even.
watching the Warriors live.
Yeah.
A good
So the
time.
Panthers. Oh yeah, so the Panthers look like they're gonna win that game against the Storm. And they've got the Sea Eagles next week, which should be a win for them as well. What else do they have? And then they have the Titans, yeah, and then the Eels, yeah. The Panthers have a pretty easy schedule as well, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, they'd have to choke to lose.
To
minor
lose
premiership.
to lose the minor premiership, yeah. I mean, the Broncos play the Cowboys tomorrow, and that's always like a tough game for them. But they've also got the Eels and who else are the Broncos playing?
Oh, the Broncos got.
They've got a bye, and then
Cowboys.
they've got the Raiders, and then they've got the
Yeah.
Storm.
The Storm
Ah,
will
yeah, so
finish.
they've got a few tough games.
I was gonna say that's tough. Raiders trying to stay in top 8 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eels aren't too far off the top 8, aren't they? Where are they?
they're 11th.
Oh, 11th now. No, they split. I mean, it's 2
They're
points.
2 points behind.
Only
Yeah.
2 points, so yeah.
Yeah.
So it's only
They were.
That mid-table is pretty packed. It's quite
Yeah.
crowded.
It's good to be getting a few points ahead of that, really. So yeah, so it's 26 points is Rabbitohs down to 12th, 24. Yeah, it's 1 win from 6th to 12th.
Basically, the Raiders have a cushion, but basically 6 downwards to about probably 12th. Any of them can make it.
Yeah. So it's only 1 more win there. And even Raiders have to be a bit careful because their points differential is shit.
is average, yeah. That's because the Warriors put 50 on them.
Although
That was so
Yeah.
good.
there was a few of them like that where they won close and then lost big. That's actually better than what it was. It was like minus 100 and something. A couple weeks back. After the Warriors beat them, it was like minus 110 or 115 or something.
Yeah.
It was stupid. And they were still above us in the table.
Yeah, and the Storm look like they'll go further back in the points differential against the Warriors. So hopefully, show up third. Because the top 2 teams get a bye, right? In the McIntyre system?
No. The top 4 teams get a life though, I thought. They don't get a bye, do they?
The 2 highest placed teams that lose get an extra life.
Yeah. So that's what they get
In the first round.
the first
but
round.
usually the top 2 teams get to skip the first round in that sort of system.
Do they? I can't remember. Maybe you're right.
Anyway, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Anyways, my voice is breaking up, so
We might as well
Yeah,
finish up
great.
here.
Get off as well. Catch you later, team.
Yeah, catch
you
you later, guys.
thanks for joining.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, thanks everybody else who drafted and went on Twitch and was there in the chat with us. We hope you enjoyed our live stream, and we'll look forward to hearing from you next time.
Catch you next time.
Well, that is the end. Thanks for listening all the way through.
If you liked what you heard, we have even more. Find 642 Discord and a Buy Me a Coffee.
Pretty sure it's Buy Me a Beer.
Oh yeah, buy me a beer on buymeacoffee.com.
In both these places, you can talk to us, and we may even listen, especially if you do buy a said beer or coffee. I might still be confused.
Yes, we're easily bribed. All links are in the show notes below.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
This is on YouTube.